The payrolls number is just about bang on with what was estimated, 1.4 million jobs created during the month. The unemployment rate, however, falls more than a percentage point better than estimated, down to 8.4% from 10.2%. So that is particularly good news on its face, but let's wait and see what the participation rate is and what happened to the labor force. Labor force participation rate increasing by 0.3 of a percentage point to 61.7. So that does suggest that people were coming back into the labor force, at least. The employment to population ratio rising by 1.4%. One thing we have to keep in mind in terms of the overall hiring this month is that there was a big gain in census hiring. I'm looking for the number here. I'm not seeing it immediately, but we know that they hired a little over 200,000 employees temporarily. Those jobs will go away at the end of September right now, it appears to be. Employment in private education rising because schools are coming back. Average hourly earnings up by 11 cents on the month. So we're starting to see some gains here. The civilian labor force rises by 968,000. So the drop in the unemployment rate seems to be legitimate, seems to be a relatively good one that you can say this is reasonably good news. Unemployment rates, I'm trying to see here. Yeah, the unemployment rates for different minority groups. The white unemployment rate is 7.3%. The black unemployment rate, 13%. Both of those down about almost 2%. Asian, 10.7%, and Hispanic or Latin ethnicity, 10.5%. So we see progress all across the board here. The number of jobs hired, number of people who were hired over the month is lower than it has been in recent months, and it is padded by census hiring. However, the unemployment rate does fall, which is good news.
I don't want to sit here and say anything in the high single digits is good news, Mike, but I agree with you. Direction of travel, absolutely brilliant. And I just wonder how many economists find themselves caught a little bit offside here going into year-end. The Federal Reserve has got a year-end unemployment rate of 9.3%, already nicely south of that, Mike. Is it too early to say that maybe many people have been too pessimistic about this labour market recovery?
Probably not, in the sense that we have seen better than expected numbers across the board since the month of May, when we first started to get a rebound in place. The only question is, how long does that continue now that the pandemic assistance from Washington has gone away? And we've also seen a whole lot of job cut announcements out there, particularly from big employers, including the airlines. They have to keep people on their payrolls until October 1st because they got loans from the federal government that required it. But they've all announced tens of thousands of layoffs coming then. So it does appear that while we have been too pessimistic maybe so far, there is still reason for caution going forward.